Bye, doggies.
What is going on, you guys? Today is Saturday. We're about to go hit some arms at the Planet Fitness again. I had just went yesterday and got a Planet Fitness membership, um, which I don't know if that'll be good or not, but I have a Planet Fitness near me at school. I have a Planet Fitness at home, and then I have a Planet Fitness also near my girlfriend's house. So it's like for the money, I think it's probably the best bet. Now, we may be limited, I would say probably on leg days in that aspect, but we have committed to the Planet Fitness, which, as you know, I like to promote. Like, if you can get creative, you know, you can get a good workout in. If you're going hard enough and you're keeping the workout simple enough, you can usually get a pretty fucking good workout in anywhere you're at. But one thing I want to talk about, actually I have two things, but the first thing I want to talk about is the growth on Instagram the last week and a half has been absolutely absurd. I think the last time I talked to you guys, we were around probably 3 to 4,000, and I think we just now hit 34 or 24,000, and that's on Instagram. So the growth is insane. I think it's because, one, I'm finding my niche of religion, like being Christian-based, faith-based videos. Also, obviously working out and things like that. And then like motorcycle and like country type stuff, which is kind of like my own interests that I do. So the country stuff, fitness, and faith-based is just kind of like all blending together for my own style and niche. And I think I'm really starting to figure out, what works for me, what I like to post. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, and you don't already follow me, go ahead and go to my Instagram and give me a follow at Blaine Riley Lifts. You could also follow me on TikTok as well. We don't post as much on there because, one, I really don't like TikTok. I don't like the algorithm. It's kind of hard for me to understand. Um, Not against TikTok at all. I just am better on Instagram. And then also the uncertainty of whether or not they're going to take it away here in the U.S. So I'll just stick to Instagram and YouTube for now. So that's where you can find me at Blaine Riley Lifts, like I said. In regards to my faith, which is probably something new to some of you guys, some of you viewers that have been watching since the beginning, which hasn't been that long, but I've started to incorporate my faith a little more, because naturally I am a faithful person. I am a follower of Christ, but I kind of kept it away, kept it out of the picture in my videos on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. And I had been, kind of struggling with gaining a following, gaining some interest, having some influence on people. And it was really hard for me to want to keep going because I didn't know what to do anymore with my content. I knew it's what I wanted to do. I just didn't know what direction I should go. And I'll be honest, I prayed very hard about it. I tried to talk to God about it, and after multiple weeks of praying and stuff, I finally feel like I figured it out, and that's incorporating God more into my life, and that includes my content. So now I've started to incorporate more, faith-based stuff, and I'm seeing tremendous growth, and it's insane. Along with that, my faith is growing. My walk with God is, starting to grow, and I feel like I'm on this endless journey. It's awesome. So if you guys would like to join that, go ahead and subscribe. It definitely feels like a new chapter. Feels like we're starting to get some leeway, starting to get some momentum. So I'm actually very happy. So in regards to something that I've learned in the last week, a little tip or motivation for you guys is with your faith, with especially being a man, is it can be hard sometimes to express um, your faith and express your love and relationship with God. Um, and my advice is, in the last week, I've learned that you got to get past that. You know, you can't act like the cool guy all the time. Now, while it's good to, be a masculine man and be strong for your family and things like that. When it comes to faith, man, you can't hide it. You got to let people know. You got to spread the word of God. You got to be, faithful. You got to be almost a disciple and not be ashamed of being a Christian, not be ashamed to show people that you're walking with God. And for me, at least, that has helped me tremendously in the last week. It is not weak to show people that side of you. And it's okay to open up, and it's okay to be vulnerable when it comes to your faith and Christianity. Because if you're not able to own God, then how's he supposed to own you? You gotta put that out there. You gotta show people, and you gotta be proud of it. So that's my one piece of advice for you guys. Own it. Be proud, and let's go ahead and get into Planet Fitness for arms. We're gonna murder triceps first, and then as for biceps, not really worried about biceps. I got a good peak. We're obviously gonna hit them, but not as intensely as tris, because I think we need to work more on triceps. And then we might do forearms. I need to hit forearms. I feel like they look skinny as shit. Yeah, they do. Anyway, we need to hit forearms. Whether or not I do them today, I don't know. We might do them tomorrow with chest. But anyway, we need to start hitting more forearms, especially before the end of this bulk, because I do not want to go into the cut with small forearms. So let's go ahead and get in there and murder some triceps starting out. All right. So kind of been walking around trying to figure out what we're going to want to do. I was going to start with the, there's like a tricep. It's almost like a dumbbell skull crusher machine sort of deal. Kind of push here. But it's right next to the preacher curl machine. So I might just wait to do that at the end and just superset those. So starting out, we're going to probably do 2 tricep movements by themselves, no supersetting. And then kind of to work in the biceps, we'll superset tricep movements. So probably do 4 tricep movements, 2 of which are supersetted with a bicep movement. And then once we're done with that, we'll probably see how much time we have left, and then perhaps train our forearms like we said. But did warm up on here, just have the V push down bar, which feels better for me, kind of that, long head of the tricep in there. So it's kind of what we're trying to train. All right, so I changed up I had a little preset or something on the camera, because the last video was like, the last video we filmed in here was like yellow. Or if you look back at that last clip, it's like kind of yellow. So we had on the wrong setting. This should be better for like ambient lighting, like indoor lighting. So we'll go a little heavier in the next one. But with these, I'm really trying to focus on kind of staying closer to the body when I get up here and kind of pushing those elbows back, so we're really stretching out that tricep. whereas opposed to sometimes we get a little carried away in here, which we'll probably do at the end, but really want to focus on squeezing that tricep, letting it stretch like kind of back there. Come on, 3 more. Ooh. 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 Ooh, let's do 2 more here because it feels really good. So for me on arms, we try to keep the rest time down pretty short, because for me at least with arms and probably back, for some reason when you lose that pump, it's so hard to get it back, and you can lose it within minutes. So just try to keep the blood in there as long as you can, or you get what I'm trying to say. Right back. Boom. 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 8 more. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1 more. 2 more. Ooh. 1 more. Come on. Do a little drop set. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Come on. 1, 2, 4 more. 1, 2. Let's I think what we're gonna do next is we'll move to the other side to kind of change the scenery up, but we're gonna do a flat bar reverse grip as our next tricep. We're gonna kind of bend down, really pull that tricep, stretch it out. But here we're just working the outside of that tricep. So We need to go a little heavier on that one. Three more. Do a little drop set. Good grief. Come on. 1, 2. All right, so those here, they just didn't feel extremely good. They felt good, but I wasn't feeling enough on the outside. So we're gonna go to like a really strict single arm crossbody, really squeeze out the back. Might have to go somewhat lighter here, but I think that's gonna isolate that outside a little more for us. For the next one, we might throw a strap on because we can, the weight's light, but start to lose the grip there at the end. So maybe go heavier on the weight, and then we'll throw a strap on the wrist and crank those out. Let's move on to another tricep. We'll superset with a bicep as well. I'm thinking, I saw these kids doing bicep curls on the lat pull down machine with their arms up against the pad. So I might do that as a superset. So we're gonna go overhead, some sort of overhead skull crusher sort of deal, supersetted with those curls. All right, so this is the heaviest weight. They only got 60s. So instead of going like overhead, which is kind of easier, we're gonna go more of like a skull crusher sort of deal. So it's kind of like a mix between completely straight behind the head and like a normal skull crusher. So this is kind of just kind of a mix almost. But that just allows us to use a lighter weight and still be able to get the same fatigue, I guess you could say. So it's lighter than I thought, but we're just gonna crank it out because it feels good. Get 6 more. 1, 2. So I figured it would help the lighter weight feel heavier, which it did, but 60 is still light, but it felt super good. So I think I might just, you know, stay there and stick with the higher reps on that one. Let's go ahead and see how these curls feel on the lat pull down. So I think these will feel good. It's as high as it goes, so we got 40s. I'm just gonna probably alternate actually. And then once we get tired, maybe do some hammers. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those feel extremely good. Probably have to go up though to probably, honestly, probably 50s. Now we'll do 45s because I want to be able to squeeze it really hard. Ooh. 6 more. Oh my gosh. So on those, once you get tired and you can't actually press it off your forehead, all you got to do is, you know, rock it down to your chest, press it up, which is a lot easier, and then do the slow eccentric of that motion and rock it down, repeat. So if you do those at the end of your sets, you can kind of get probably 5 to 10 more, what you could call it eccentric reps. See if we can't count here. maybe get 20 in total. Last time I didn't count, but it felt like a lot. Wow. Oh, dude. Ooh. Probably do 3 sets on each. So one more try and then come back over here. Come on. All right, so it's always something with me, man. I swear, it's either the mics are dying or the camera's dying. Now the gym's closing at 7, which is insane. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll go out in the car and think. Actually, we might pose down a little first, and then, well, I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, so that's a bummer, but as I was thinking about it, how many tricep movements did we did? We did the V-bar push downs, and then we did the single arms, or like reverse grip ones. We did 3, 4, 3, 7, 10. So we did 10 sets for triceps, which I would argue 10 to 15 sets for a muscle group's pretty good. So I would say we probably hit triceps pretty well. Obviously, we only did 3 sets of biceps, which I am not happy about. So anyway, I'm trying to think. Tomorrow, I might just make this a 2-parter. I might come back tomorrow and just do arms again. Arms are obviously an area I'm trying to work anyway, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it allows us to train some more arms. So let's just do that. We will just come back to you tomorrow, and that'll probably give us more time. We'll finish with some arms and then some forearms. So let's fast forward to tomorrow. We've made it back. I figured we'll just go ahead and start where we left off. We were doing those skull crushers and then supersetting it with the dumbbell curls over on the lat pull down machine. So we're not going to pick up where we started off like set wise, because I think we'll probably do see 3 sets here on each one, and then perhaps I really want to do like single arm cable tricep push down, and then the same superset that I talked about yesterday with like the preacher curls, and then like it's almost like a rope push down sort of machine. So we'll superset those. Then after that, depending how we feel, we'll move on to our forearms. So let's go ahead and start with these skull crushers. Come on. 5 more. The lat pull down, the cable lat pull down wasn't open, but they have the machine, which is basically the same setup, so it should work. Good grief. Oh, shit. Oh. One more. All right, so I think I'm gonna go light enough on these that I can go, you know, instead of like having a handle here, kind of spinning that wrist out. So let's do probably 3 sets here, and then we'll do that superset at the end there. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2. One more there. Oh. Ooh, kind of a big change of plans. We're not gonna do the tricep things because after doing those single arm rope or cable ones, feel pretty good for the outside. I can kind of feel on my like overhead stuff and like bench and things like that, that my lockout was kind of weak. So whatever portion of the tricep that's responsible for that lockout is obviously struggling. So we're gonna do some dips, which will hopefully help that a little. Just because it's not really like an extension. It's more of like a lockout sort of deal. Does that make sense? And then, still don't know if I want to do the preachers or not, because that machine that I did earlier, the single arms, those felt really good. So it is still in the air. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll figure it out after this set. No, 3 more. Come on, 1 more. Whew. All right, so I think we've decided on the preachers. We haven't done preacher curls in a while, so we'll go ahead and do them today. But we'll superset these, probably 3 each, like we've been doing. This workout, obviously with it being cut in half and shit, and just kind of in a newer gym as well, so we've kind of overcomplicated it, as you could say. But hopefully we'll start to figure it out a little more. It's a little drop. Come on. Ah, fuck. My chest is killing me. Three more. Last set here, and then we'll go pose first before we move on to forearms. So kind of check the arm pump out before we, go do some forearm sets. 11, 10, fuck. All right, so as for our forearms, I'm just gonna show you the two things that I'm gonna do, and then just know I did more. I don't wanna have to show you, you know, every set, but I guess this kind of wraps up the arm day after this. I'll just make this the outro. Like I'll make me doing probably my wrist, what would you call them, crunches on the cable. Make that the outro. So I'm gonna do reverse wrist curls here, and then wrist curls on the cable. Do that for probably 4 or 5 sets, and then we will get on out of here. So ideally on these, I would prefer if I could have like some sort of pad that could come across and kind of keep the arms down while you're crunching. So since we don't have that, I'll go single arms on these and just put my other arm over this one and just kind of be really tight to the body. It's gonna be right here, boom, boom. So that's gonna conclude the arm day workout, and we will see you guys I think we'll probably get a video in, probably one video in at school next week, but then we go on spring break, so probably do a couple videos down for spring break, 'cause I'm going to Charleston, so see you guys.